Blackrue back with another video here on the Gentleman of Crypto. Before we get started, let's cue my guy Indigo Sing. Let's go. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was Blackrue investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on a Blackrue investing. Best believe it was Blackrue investing. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue investing. Best believe it was Blackrue investing.
Let's go, guys. Let's go ahead and bring up screen share. There we go. And let's go ahead and go to the various YouTube channels so that I can get some comments here and we'll get the show on the road. Bitcoin to 27K. Is it legit or not? And ISO 20022. Is that the new it sector? We'll talk about it. Let's go ahead and bring up both of these so we can get comments here. Here we go. Got it up on the Blackrue side. For the Blackrue crew in the house. Here we go. Got it on the Blackrue side. We'll go ahead and mute that. Get it up on the Gentleman of Crypto side, and we'll go ahead and mute this as well. The whole time zone thing is throwing me off, y'all. Now, I'm in Arizona, so we don't follow daylight savings time. So now I am in sync with Pacific Standard Time. So we'll go ahead and mute that. Go ahead and mute Standard Time. So now I'm in sync with Pacific Standard Time. So maybe I got to go change my show time for everybody on my channel because it gets weird. Either in Arizona, I'm on Pacific Standard Time, or I'm on Mountain Standard Time. So we'll get that changed over. But let's see who's in the house here. What's up, Courtney Johnson? What's going on? And my apologies, guys. I had a lot going on Saturday, or not Saturday, but Wednesday. So I didn't have a show where I normally have a show on Wednesday. The best place for you guys to know what's going on with me is the Telegram. We got a few active members in the Telegram. So let me get that out so I can share that with you guys. It's really cool. People are sharing stuff, sharing good information. I really love it. Shout out to everybody in the Telegram who's been sharing info, getting things going. I truly love it. That's a part of getting a community going, guys. And let me share with you guys the link. So if you want to get in there, join the community, start sharing good info, you can do that. And then we'll get to our show topics. Okay, I don't need that window. Miracle Strachan, what's up? Here's the link. I don't know. Sometimes on the Gentleman of Crypto side, it blocks my links. So you might have to come over to Blackrue Investing to get the actual link. I think that's just King and Zay settings on their YouTube because, people be coming over doing scandalous stuff on their YouTube. So, yeah. What's up, Ron B? All right, y'all, let's get into it. If you guys have any questions, you know we have question and answer time all the time here on the Blackrue Investing channel. So if you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat. We'll get to them. What's up, GT Nuts? Man, you in the house, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What's up, Gomes? So we got to 27K on Bitcoin. Up, just drop down past it here. Just drop down past it. But it's so funny how we were reaching the pinnacle of just the pinnacle of FOMO last week, right? And Bitcoin touched down right past 19K. People thought we were going to 18, thought we were going to 16, we thought we were going to hit a new low. Like it's amazing how they do this with the market. Whatever you feel like, okay, the maxed fears in the market, that's about the time we're going to turn around. It just happens all the time like that, guys. That's why a lot of people, when we were like in this spot, people were like, oh, 16, 18. I'm like, I don't know. I'm telling you guys, it happens all the time. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get it. So it's the max fear point. And when you just really hear everyone just thinking we're going to the absolute low, that's when we're turning around. On the same token, when everything is like majorly bullish, that's about around the exact same time that things are going to drop. That Warren Buffett phrase is so true. When people it's max fear, when people are greedy, be fearful. When people are max fearful, be greedy. It's so true. Yeah. So just wanted to hit you with that. That's just insane. But just looking at the chart and trying to just look at the chart and seeing kind of like, are we legit? Well, in the hour chart, it looks like we're possibly going to go back up at some point. Like we haven't broken under the halfway point of the RSI, but I think the thing that's going to tell the most truth is the day chart. And at the day chart, we are oversold. So, gotta think on the day chart, since we're oversold, we come back down. And just to give you kind of a good view on it from where we were last week. Remember last week, and I was telling you this when we were like a little bit higher up. I'm like, okay, we're gonna hit oversold or overbought. I'm sorry, I always confuse these terms. This is overbought. We're overbought here. So when we're overbought, then they're selling to come back down. Now we're over here. We were oversold. So we're so oversold here, sitting around the 20 area. I just couldn't say that we were going to go lower. So since we were oversold, there was going to be more buying. So bought back up, buy. Now we're overbought. So chances are we probably come back down again. I don't know. We shall see. Could be like over in this area where we went way past on the overbought marker. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you is the DeFi Llama. You know, I really love this site. I keep very good track of this site. One of the ways to kind of see if we're a legit is to see if we're like getting more money put into DeFi. It's always a good marker. So right now we're at 49K or 49 billion, excuse me. We were as high as 50 at one point. But with the whole panic that we were having, we went down into the 42s. So what would be a really good marker here is if we can go back into the 50 area, which we haven't been since February. If we get back into the 50s, then we can see, okay, maybe this is legit. Maybe we go higher. A very good marker would be if we can get to 52 billion. Then we can really say, okay, money is really, really coming back into the crypto market. Let's go over here and see who else we got in the house while I'm talking. Hey, I don't see the Telegram link. I knew on the Gentleman of Crypto side, you might not see the Telegram link. So you might have to come over to my channel. You put in, I still don't have the link working yet. I got to talk to somebody about my Dark Horse Watcher link. But just go to YouTube, put in my name, Ruel Black. You can come over to my side and you'll actually be able to see the link. What's up, Relaxing Serenity Sounds? What's up, my guy, Alejandros, or Alexandros, excuse me. You made it in from Macedonia. I appreciate it. What's up, Stan? It's crazy. Layer 2 of Bitcoin stacks and a layer 2 of ETH, IMX are going crazy. Will you think layer 2s will have better profit than layer 1s? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to leave that until after we finish what we're talking about, Stan, but that's an excellent question. So yeah, if you guys are on the Gentleman of Crypto side and you want the link, come on over to my channel, and you guys just let me know on my channel if you can actually see the link. You should be able to, because I don't think I'm blocking any of that. Okay, Miracle joined. Nice. Okay, so going back into what we were saying here, DeFi is really going to show us if we're legit or not. Okay, it always happens that DeFi just tracks price really, really well, and that's something I track with coins. If they add their DeFi on over here, because even the bank coins have DeFi, a lot of them have DeFi. It's a really good hint that they're probably going to get some price discovery. Okay. Case in point, Conflux. That's one we've been talking about for a while on here. Let's go see what's going on over here. Okay, Hedera. Hedera and Next Era are doing some things. Okay, good to know. Okay, so let's take let's take a case into point. Just let's show some precedent. Let's kind of back this up with some information, right? Conflux. So sitting at okay, so around January 24th, right? It's sitting at like 3 cents. Okay. Now it's sitting at 39 cents. Very, very cool. But let's go look at this DeFi and it'll kind of tell us its story. Okay. So chains, if we will here, 1 day change. Conflux is here. Okay. Now let's look at Conflux. Now, isn't this just like crazy? How look at that. That looks almost exactly like its chart. You see? Like almost exactly. So this is what I'm talking about with DeFi. It tracks really, really close to a coin's actual price. Okay. So when this DeFi started moving up in the millions, was the exact same time that the price started moving up. Y'all see that, right? This is no joke right here. You can just see it. 100%, right? So this is not me just guessing. This is not me saying an opinion. This is factually something you can see here with the chart. Okay. As goes the DeFi, as goes the price. All right, my guy Alexandros is in the chat, is in the Telegram as well. Let's build this community, guys. Go out and share to other people. Have them join. Share the Telegram link with people that you trust. So it's right there. We could probably do the same thing. My guy Stan mentioned stacks, right? Let's go take a look at stacks. We will see some of the same thing here. Okay. So stacks. Let's wait for it to load. All right. So year to date, but let's go full on. Okay. So sitting here in January, it was sitting around 25 cents. Let's go look at stacks DeFi, shall we? So stacks, I'm pretty sure it'll probably be here on the 1 day chart. Oh, okay. It switched me to the actual platforms and not the chain. So let me go back to the chains. I don't know why it keeps doing that meta aggregator thing, but that's really aggravating for me. Let's see. Okay. Stacks. So look at that, guys. Again, another example. Right around February, it got kicked into gear and all that money went into its DeFi. And we got the same thing shown here with this price, right? Same thing shown there. Does that make sense to everybody what I'm showing? Like right there, we can see how DeFi just very, very much correlates with price. Everybody with me on that one? So we saw just like the DeFi here. Whenever this DeFi went up, that's exactly when we saw a spike in price with these, right? So we got that. DeFi just really tracks very, very, very well with price. So I'm gonna move on from that. Let me know if anybody has any questions with that. So that's why I use DeFi Llama, and I really try to track DeFi Llama really as much as I can with the chains, also with the different platforms, and try to see if there's any new platform out there. DeFi Llama is a very, very, very good site in this aspect. Okay. So now let's take a look at these ISO 20022 coins. Reason I think we should look at those is we're all aware what's going on with the banks nowadays, right? We got the whole SVB signature bank. We got what was the other one? Silvergate, and then Silicon Valley. So we got Silicon Valley, Silvergate. We had Signature. Now, Signature, believe it or not, was connected to FTX too. They were doing a lot of business with FTX. So it's very, very funny that all these people are saying crypto's coming under attack, but it's only the kind of crypto banks which they used, which quote unquote they used. FTX was used for political funds. It was used for stuff with the Ukraine, and that's kind of all I'll get into on that. It's documented. This is not like some theory that I'm putting out here. FTX had the whole political donation stuff going on, had the whole Ukrainian stuff going on. So it's very funny that the banks that they're using for crypto stuff, if you will, those are the things that are failing right now, right? So That's a whole thing, and they're trying to spin it as if like it's something that we're doing, like crypto's bad and we're doing it, but it's the banks that they've used for crypto shenanigans. So I'm not gonna go into that any more than that. Maybe that's something I talk about on Rockfin, but it's really funny that that's how it's going. What's going on, Blues Batteries? Got me thinking of my kids. They used to love Blues Clues. Yep, it's like Gomes. Yeah, I don't know if it's bot rigged or what it is, man, but it. Yep, Credit Suisse too. There's a whole. Let's not even get started into Swiss banks, right? And the type of shenanigans that go on with Swiss banks, right? But that's something right there, right? But that kind of leads me into the whole thing that they've been setting up are ISO 20022 cryptos like Ripple, like Stellar. And we've gone into it a whole many amount of times on here, right? How Stellar and all of these different ones um, are used for some of the same shenanigans, kind of, right? Some of the same causes, right? UN taps Stellar blockchain to send war impacted Ukrainians USD stablecoins. And again, USD, that's their stablecoin. That was the one that failed. Their stablecoin. The one that has WEF backing. The one that's supposed to be highly regulated, right? This is theirs, right? As much as they kind of play the like the two, I don't want to say two-faced, but you know what I mean. Like they try to make it seem like crypto is something we're using to scam, but this is their stuff. You know what I mean? Put it like that. This is their stuff. So it seems to me if they turn off their dollar system, right? Their banking quote unquote cartel system, right? If they turn off their banker system of dollars, maybe they turn on their crypto system, right? And the ISO 20022, that whole plan is set to go live in a couple days. So maybe we see some impact in these coins. Case in point, let's move over to an ISO coin that we already get to see some movement on. So XDC. XDC for the longest time. How far back do we have to go? November. No, actually go past that. September. All the way to August of 2022. It finally broke a price point that it's held for darn near an entire year. So it's finally broken over the 3.3 cent mark. Okay. It's finally broken over that. So maybe that's a tip off to us that maybe there will be some movement in these type of coins. Okay. Um, coincidentally, also, if we come over here and look, XDC is also started as DeFi. And this is the highest its DeFi has ever been. So again, another case where DeFi is tracking very closely to price. And maybe checking out this DEX is something that we might want to do as well. But that's a separate question. That's a separate talk. But maybe this is a little sign of what's coming with these ISO 20022 coins. And I could bring up different things besides bringing up Stellar. I can bring up where XDC is supposed to be used for trade finance. I can bring up where Ripple is supposed to be used for Bank of America, right? For banker liquidity. And what is the thing that they're lacking right now? Liquidity. That's why all of these banks are quote unquote failing, because they're lacking liquidity, right? And we could get all on how liquidity is kind of fake to begin with. Oh, I didn't mean to use that word. We can get on how liquidity doesn't really is fugazi to begin with, right? We could get on how that is, but we will save that for a Rockfin talk, and how the IMF was created, and how the dollar was like the world's currency. That's a separate conversation we could have on Rockfin one day. However, it seems like this new system just may be turned on in the next couple days. So that's something for us to very much monitor. Okay. And don't forget, while we're talking here, guys, if you guys have any questions like Stan did, to put them in the chat here, and I'll be getting to those. Thank you for the super chat, my guy, Alejandros. Thank you for that super chat. I will continue to stay strong over here, brother. So maybe we look at these guys for a second. So XDC already kind of price discovery from the last, it's reaching a price discovery from the last like 8 months or so. It's past that point. This will be a good marker here to see if it actually gets past 378. But hey, we already got one here. Maybe this is tipping us off. It's almost time for these guys. Stellar, it's been in this area for quite a long time. I don't think that's going to tip us off to anything. And XRP, I think everybody's waiting for this case to end, and maybe it does actually end coming up here on March 30th, especially now that it seems like, for whatever reason, they're having liquidity issues in their banks. So the bankers, excuse me, I believe the bankers knew this was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen at one point, and that's why we see things like this, like with the Ukraine and Stellar being set up. Like they were getting these things set up because they knew it was going to happen. Okay. Um, okay, so they were getting these things set up because they knew it was going to happen. So anything that's kind of in relation to those, like Nexera, remember we've been over how Nexera is kind of in with all of these banks, and we can show you that again for anybody who might be new to the show or new to the channel. We can go over here and tell you and show you how Nexera is connected in as well. Okay. If we look at all the different people that are collaborating with Alliance Block and Nextera, we get some of the same cast of characters. Quant over here, right? We get moving down Hedera, right? Get moving down again here. Polygon, some of these same people that are connected. Swiss, again, Swiss Blockchain Federation. We get some of the same people here. Flare, we know they're connected to XRP. So we're getting some of the same guys here. Ava Labs, we know are connected to the digital pound, and with the digital pound association, we're going to get some of the same list of characters. And why do they have a digital pound foundation? Because they probably know that things were going to fail. They knew that things are going to fail, right? With the dollar, with the pound. So they're already setting up the next system, right? So we come down here, we see Avalanche, Ava Labs, same people that were connected to Alliance Block. Keep going here. See some other characters. Ripple, again, another one. Quant, we saw them as partners here. They're one of the first ones listed. So Quant, that's another one to check out. We can see it kind of coming back up on the day chart. If you kind of look at it, it's really flagging. So at some point, probably it just bursts out like it just bursts out of this flag. If you wanted to put one down, it could be something like that, right? What's up, Metaverse President? What is up, Blues Batteries? Okay, so let's get to a couple questions around here. Let's see here. It's crazy that BTC stacks and layer two. Okay, so layer twos, I think, are gonna have a really nice time. When we look again, you know how I like the DeFi Llama. If we come over here to DeFi Llama, we'll see that ETH layer twos are doing very, very, very nice for themselves in the DeFi side. In the DeFi side is kind of, besides Stellar and XRP, DeFi is one of their solutions to their liquidity problem. So if we look here, Arbitrum and Optimism, Arbitrum's all the way up at, almost 2 billion locked. Our Optimism is close. Like all three of these are basically ETH layer twos, right? Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism. Okay. Which kind of shows you, because Ethereum's like, even though they try to play it off, Ethereum is JP Morgan ran, right? They're the money behind Ethereum. Well, let's put it that way. JP Morgan is the money behind Ethereum. Okay. So with Ethereum having the most DeFi money locked and these platforms having like top 10 money locked, seems like there is a pretty big bet on America, right? Even though the thought is that crypto is only about like overseas, right? They try to make us believe, okay, America's in trouble with crypto. We're far behind, but Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Optimism have the top 10 value locked, right? Even if you say like Asian platforms and you go with Binance and Tron, that's still only a third of what just Ethereum itself has locked. So keep that in mind. So if we look at that, a few layer twos have some good things going for them. But one thing we don't want to forget about is Cosmos. The Cosmos chain has some pretty good things going for it too. We can see here with Kronos, Kava, which Kava just keeps growing. Kava is one to watch out for as well. The Kronos chain is coming. It's coming. So watch out for that. Osmosis, Kava, and Chronos. So they're kind of the next in line. If we look at the top out of the top 10 and we look at the top 20, a lot of these, like of course we got Bitcoin here, right? But a lot of these are Cosmos coins. Um, and then we also have Algorand, right? Cardano, Clayton. We got a couple things here that are like kind of the next thing. So definitely things to watch out for. And if you want to still do that Solana thing, that's, it's up to you. Kanto, that's another Cosmos thing. So if we looked at the top 25, we got a lot of Cosmos projects. I think eventually Parachain is going to be a little WEF ran, but Cosmos I think has a lot of backing from Ethereum guys. And we can see here with these projects, they got what, 4 out of the top 25, which is pretty nice for a chain to have 4 out of the top 25. And even though it's not listed on here, XLR has a lot of money running through it too, and it's also on Cosmos. But let's take a look at the parachain right quick. So Moonbeam, like I think we see these have something coming up, but I think they're WEF connected. And if we go down, you'll see Energy Web Token. That's definitely one of the ones. Again, if we come back to Banker coins and Banker ran stuff, if we look at Alliance Block, we'll see here Energy Web is on the list. Coincidentally, as much as they try to say that there's something going on with there's this big war against Binance, BNB chain is also on here. So there's something to take note of right there, right? And of course, again, Binance was invested in FTX. That was the whole reason why the whole thing started, right? Is that Binance pulled its funds or whatever, or so they were partners, right? So you know what I mean? Like they try to make it seem like this adversarial thing, but Binance was an FTX partner. Okay. So whatever. Whatever. They're in this list. So I don't know what I don't like take your own thoughts from that. Yes, L Cool J. I have heard of the FedNow instant payment service. Now, guess who the FedNow has been using? And I've been talking about this for a long time before Crypto Mason, or what's his name? Crypto Mason. Like, and no, that's no like slight on him. Shout out to him. I like his stuff. He does good stuff. But I've been talking about this for a long time. Cyperium. This is what they plan to use. It has ISO 202. Oh wow. I didn't know it was at 7 cents. I haven't been watching it that much because I got a bag of it. But I didn't know it reached up to 7 cents. Wow. Okay, so we've been talking about this since what, like 2 or 3 cents on here? We've been talking about this for a long time. So shout out to the patrons who've been investing in this since 2 cents. Okay. So this is something you want to watch. Cyperium, their FedNow, they're supposed to be what FedNow uses. And I can show you that here because we like to show receipts. for the Blackrue crew and the crypto warriors, the gentlemen of crypto. We love, 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 love those receipts. See, right here. By joining FedNow ecosystem, Cyperium, I always say their name wrong. Cyperium will bridge the on-chain and off-chain assets by making seamless transition happen between the traditional finance, joiner clause, blah, 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 blah. FedNow's service provider showcase participant. Look at that right there. We've been talking about it for a long time on here, y'all. For a long, 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 long time. What's up, Virgo El Unico? So, El Cool J, we've been talking about it for a while on this one, about that. And it doesn't, they don't tell you that this is listed as a FedNow coin, but it is, or I'm sorry, an ISO coin. If we go on their website, they do say that they're ISO 20022 compliant. There we go. ISO 20022 compliant and can seamlessly be embedded with the current financial system. So this is one of the ones we might want to watch out for on the current financial system. And like I said, we've been talking about it for a while on here on the Blackrue Investing channel. I didn't know it was at 9 cents. I might have like sold a tad bit at that point. But hey, I still think it's a great value sitting where it is. The Fed now is going to use it and they need the liquidity and all of that. Good price right there. So let's go take a look at its chart. Why don't we? And then I'll get back to more questions. But I always forget, people always forget about this when they talk about wow, look at that. So hey, come on down to six. Yeah, keep coming down. So yeah, it must have splashed up when people realized that, hey, there's liquidity problems going on and all of this other stuff. Okay, yeah. And it's supposed to be the ISO 2002 stuff is supposed to be online in a couple days. So that's what's going on there. But we've been talking about this boy for a long time on here. So if you want a little bit more information about it, you can come over to my channel. I got to get the link fixed. It's going to keep going to the freaking link. Let me go over here. So let me take you guys to the channel just in case you want to come over and get extra information on Cyperium and things like that. I have a playlist chart specifically, I believe, for Cyperium, or I should. Okay, CBDC cryptos. That's what I have it under. So Cyperium, you can get information there about it. Hedera, Quant, Stellar, all of those. We've been talking about those for a while on here. You can see here. You can see this, the thing 7 months ago, right? We've been talking about it for a while. So that's there. No problem, L Cool J. What's up, DHN Crypto? Cosmos SDK is ISO compatible as well. Did not know that, but hey, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I'm really stoked about Cosmos, specifically Osmosis. I'm not going to bring up my Kepler wallet and show you guys, but so I don't want to expose that. But on the Cosmos chain, and they don't let you have it in the US, but apparently some people say there's ways around that, like a VPN, right? Um, but if you have Cosmos on the Kepler wallet, you can stake for 20% APR. I don't know, is it? It's APR or APY? Those are different, but it's 20 something percent, okay? Um, and Osmosis is one of the ones that I kind of really like a lot because they have things on their DeFi. Come on. Definitely take a look at Osmosis if you guys haven't already. It has a little pullback too. Keeps chilling in the 86, 84 range. Okay. Really wish I grabbed a lot more when it was sitting at like 69 and like all the way around to they get down to 50 cents. No, okay. So they've never been below 70 something cents. So this is a good price actually. The lowest they got is about 68 cents. So this is a good price considering. So I thoroughly expect them to get back to at least the $5 area again, and that's a 5x. That's over a 5x. So something to look at. Definitely something to look at. Lowest supply too, only 1 billion, right? I added this before it went up next era. Good, good, brother. I like to hear that. I like to hear it. You know, we've been talking about it, right? We've been talking about it. Um, they have FedCoin. Why would you need XRP? Good stuff, Courtney Johnson. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of people say they don't they don't want to use FedCoin. They don't want to use it. That XRP and its on-demand liquidity is superior to that. So personally, I'm just like I'm getting all the players. I'm getting like FedCoin. I'm getting what do you call it? Cyperium. I'm getting XRP. I'm getting them all, and I'm getting sovereign coins like Bitcoin and Litecoin because you just don't know who's going to win. Who's going to win the race here? Let me quit the Telegram because this keeps coming up. Um, so XRP's technology is just superior to that. And there's so many Ripple things that I could show you guys about how they're in with this bank, they're in with that bank. Check out the Bearable Bull. He does a lot of good stuff on it. But yeah, let me bring up one of the Bearable Bulls videos right quick. He's a big XRP honk, but he has a little piece. Oh, the link's broken. He has a little piece that he plays at the end of his videos. I think it's from another guy, but let's play that piece right quick. I don't think he'll copyright us because we're promoting him actually, but let's play that right quick. Let me bring his channel up. Come on. And it'll tell you this little piece at the end, it'll tell you like why people are so bullish on Ripple. And shout out to the Bearable Bull. He does some of the nicest Ripple content out here. Okay, this is the end piece here that we want to show.
Official exchange. What crypto is exchange official?
Okay, hold on.
And all other UN initiatives are focused on
Trying to get it right there so we don't.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
We don't.
Federal Reserve began.
Hold on.
Senator Cortez Masto.
We're almost
Why do
there.
I hold it?
Okay. This is it. Okay, let me turn this up. And what he said is, why do I hold XRP? I'm not going to try to get it perfect, but this is where we'll go from. We'll do it. Okay, it's pretty quick. Just listen to this. Only about 3 minutes.
XRP because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.
So there you go. Now, again, you heard some of those names there, right? Some people with some of those names, right? Like Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates Fund, right? WEF, carbon credits, like that's a lot of their stuff, right? But you see how many banks it's connected to. You see it's connected to the digital pounds. Like there's so many connections, right? There's so many connections. So it's pretty crazy, right? Like I can understand. I can understand that. I can understand that, Gomes. I can understand that. But it's you can't ignore that. You can't ignore that, right? Exactly. Blues batteries. Exactly. 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 I'm not gonna say what you said, but I know what you 100%. But um yeah, so a lot of those people you can question like, okay, does does Willie does Willie Gates does he really have our, you know what I mean? Is he really the guy you want to, you know, back your cart on, or put your chips on, right? Is that the guy? Is Big Willie really the one you want to? Big Willie Gates the one you really want to get jiggy with? I don't know, right? Right? But you know, if you're a betting man and you want to be a betting man, you want to bet both sides. Ripple might be one of the biggest players on their side, right? On quote unquote their side, right? Right? So understand that. Understand that. Understand, like, so when a lot of people are saying like, oh, they're a scam, there's all those connections that my man went through, and he went through them really quickly, right? But he cited articles, right? Then that's another point, Courtney Johnson. That's a really good point. And what Courtney Johnson is saying here is true, guys. Uh, I would rather have Ripple stock than XRP. They don't have to use XRP. So for the on-demand liquidity um, engine that Ripple uses, a company does not have to use Ripple or XRP for it. They don't have to. It's recommended. It's the fastest option, but they do not have to use it for that on-demand liquidity system. That's a good point. That's a really good point, Courtney Johnson. I still believe that a lot of companies might choose to use it over using another alternative. However, yeah, so that's why I'm still like, hey, I'm still gonna go that way. I'm still gonna go that route. I still own XRP. But that's a good reason why. Any explanation why the SEC would come after such a linked project like XRP doesn't make any sense. Um, my guess is because honestly, I believe a lot of this stuff that we see where we got the D's and R's fighting against each other, you know, if you know what I mean, right? I think a lot of it is just show. It's like WWF of WWE, right? They're on the same team. They work for the same company, but you know, we watch it and we see it and we're wrapped up into it. But they're all WWE wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Um, we see all of this stuff with D's and R's, but their kids go to the same parties. They're part of the same secret organizations. They go to the same schools. They party with, you know what I mean? So all of this stuff is sort of like a big game, a big charade. And what we see with XRP, I believe, is note, the only place you can really buy it over here in America is Uphold. Okay. Because we in America, we have access to the American dollar. That's the strongest currency because the American dollar is the world's currency. And we could get more into the depths of why it's a world currency on Rockfin. But I think they don't want us to buy into it. So if they say the SEC is looking at these guys, the SEC has a case on these guys, excuse me, the people in America who have American dollars and the most opportunity and advantage to buy XRP will now not buy XRP. And since it's not on our biggest platform, right? It's not on Coinbase. So most people are not looking that far outside of Coinbase. Like other than us, like real big crypto honks. I know us people here on the Gentleman of Crypto, like you guys probably have crypto wallets. You probably have know how to go on Binance Smart Chain, Conflux, all of this stuff. You probably have mini wallets. But I'm talking most of the American people who look at XRP and see that there's an SEC case on it, it's not listed on Coinbase. Most of those people are not buying XRP. So that's why I think it is. And also in the game that they have playing and in the things that they're saying, XRP could be a competitor to Ethereum, if you look at it that way too. If you know that JP Morgan is the force behind Ethereum, then XRP is actually a competitor to Ethereum. And they don't necessarily like that, right? Even though XRP is an American company, we love America, but JP Morgan Chase is a big backer of America. So those are some of the factors why they're really not letting XRP be what it could be. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Just basically they don't want the common folk, they don't want the common people to have access to XRP like that. And the more they make it look like it's this bad thing or the scam, the more they make it look like that, the more the average person will not buy it, if that makes sense. Even though, just like you just saw with what I played for you, shout out to the Bearable Bull, all of their connections, all of what they're doing, not saying, all of what they're doing is connecting XRP with all of their different people, right? So understand that. And it's a lot of follow what they do, not what they say. I know what's his name, Coach JV of and a lot of people give him a lot of crap. 3T Warrior Academy or something like that, 3T Warrior Trading. It's true. Follow what they do, not what they say. That's just a common phrase, right? Let me see if we missed anything up here. And if we go longer today, it's fine. I kind of feel like I got to make up for Wednesday, right? Let's see here. Can you recommend any readings for Who is Satoshi? How could one guy anticipate this madness and create a solution, which is BTC? Stan, I need to do a video on that, and I need to do it on Rockfin. There's so much that goes into what BTC is. Needless, it's so much that goes into it, and I can't really get into it on YouTube here, but there's a whole reason that money is the way money is, and maybe I'll just bring out something free on Rockfin about it. I put a lot of research on it, so when I bring it out on Rockfin, guys, I might bring it out for free on Rockfin. But really, guys, I would really appreciate some tips on Rockfin when I bring this out, because it gives you a very good overview of what money is, and whoever created Bitcoin, no matter who it is, they very much understood money. Now, to give you a little preview of what I'm saying, a little preview that won't kind of make YouTube upset or something like that. A little preview of what I'm saying. Money is work over time. And there's a whole big, like, alchemical, like, whole bit of kind of woo-woo people think is woo-woo, but it's a real life thing. There's a whole bit that goes into that, okay? But the way that we can see that money is work over time is our salaries and our contracts, right? We sign these contracts to be paid $15 an hour, right? or however much money an hour, right? What are we giving up when we're giving up our hours, right? We're giving up our time. We're giving up our life, basically. We're giving a portion of our life for that 1 hour, right? And we're getting paid whatever amount of money for it, right? If you're on your own boss or whatever, you get a certain amount for like however much time it took you to build whatever you're building, right? But let's just say employees at this point because it's the easiest equation. If you get paid $15 an hour, you're giving up an hour of your life force of your life for $15. So money, time, and work cannot be separated. But and so that'll give you a whole big clue. Bitcoin, proof of work, right? Proof of work, right? Time with Bitcoin. Time, the halving cycle. So whoever created Bitcoin really understood how money works alchemically, okay? And that's a little preview of what we can get into on Rockfin and that. Did a lot of research on this, and I think it's going to be really good for people to truly understand how money works. But that's going to be on Rockfin because there's certain things about it I can't talk about right here to be nice to YouTube, right? So Stan, the simple answer to that question is watch watch what I put on Rockfin. Watch what I put on Rockfin. That like, and it'll because I've been wondering that too. But once I did all of these readings, it made a lot more sense. Okay, that whoever created Bitcoin, they directly created Bitcoin to rival the banking system. They directly created it. So all of the stuff about the NSA and all of that creating Bitcoin, I don't know how much I believe in that now. When I realized that okay, the dollar is the world currency, and anything that you create to kind of rival that, you know, you're directly creating a competitor to the dollar and the dollar system, and that's what Bitcoin is. And we can go over that on Rockfin. There is no way I'm believing one man created BTC. More believable to see Satoshi as some type of scapegoat. Arm Jr. That is something. That term specifically, scapegoat. That's something that we're going to get into on the Rockfin. That what you're saying makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. And we break down that term, kind of scapegoat and stuff like that. That is related to money. That is related to money. The whole term scapegoat. So we'll get into that on Rockfin. I can't get into it on here. Satoshi Nakamoto means central intelligence. Man, I don't know if I believe that, Gomes. Because Bitcoin is such a threat to their money. But understand now, we got all these companies going out Bitcoin mining. They're out there Bitcoin mining because they want to take the Bitcoin away from us, right? So eventually maybe they get some control over Bitcoin, but Bitcoin supremely rivals their system. Supremely rivals their system. So I really do believe if you can get your hands on a Bitcoin and you're relatively like of a decent age, like you're in your 30s or 40s or something like that, 50s, like in 8 years, I definitely see Bitcoin over $1 million. I just see that. So I do see that because it's just going to be that way. Case in point, Nigeria. Nigeria is using it when they want them to use their CBDC stuff. They're out there using Bitcoin. Is a big rival to their system. But since they know they can't control it now, the best way they can control it is by mining it and getting as many people having as much Bitcoin for them on their side as they can. That's their best way of trying to control it now. So, I know we talk altcoins on here because we talk altcoins on here because it is the best trade. It is the best trade you can have. But eventually, if you have the money from your trades to get Bitcoin, it seems like a good move to me. Not financial advice, just what I'm doing. I was also I was thinking also because you have a big projects that can't create anything close to resilience. Crazy. Okay, let's see. Not sure if I understand that. Will other projects join stacks and build on the BTC? There's a couple things right now that's doing that. Sovereign. I think a lot of things will be built on Bitcoin, especially now that we have ordinals. So yeah. What is up, Richard Judge? Check out Richard's channel too, by the way, guys. Does JTB Morgan still support KDA? I think they do. I'm not quite sure. Just because we don't hear about KDA that much. But one of the ways you could probably come over here and find out is their Medium. Some people update their Medium a lot, some don't. Let me see what we can find here for them. Kind of lower supply too. They should have a Twitter and all of that. Let's just go to their site. They'll probably have it all there for us. Because usually the ones that they don't talk about like this, like they probably they might have a good. They might be something to look into. But let's see if we can see their Twitter. Okay. So they have a Twitter and they have a Medium. Let's bring up their Twitter. Let's bring up their Medium. This is good because I haven't looked at them in a while. So Teller is something that's being put on their site. A decentralized Oracle building on their blockchain. Okay. Okay, so they have a lot of things going on here. Packed API. Cadena grant recipient massive to launch No Pool, a decentralized carbon neutral. Okay, so they have all the things going on. No Pool, carbon neutral emissions, so carbon credit type of deal coming on here. Okay, so from all the things that they're talking, it sounds like they're in with the same people, the carbon credits and the carbon neutral emission stuff. So I'm willing to bet that they're probably still connected to those people somehow. So I have to go on here and check out their Medium. I'll have to go on here and do that. And they're trying to stay proof of work. So that's pretty interesting. Perhaps they have a halving cycle and all of that too. So that might be something to check out and be aware of. Let's look at their Twitter. Okay, so they have a pretty big following on here. I didn't know that they're in New York. Yeah, it seems like they might be something to take a look at. Let's see where the price history is right now. I know this was crazy high at one point. $24. Sitting here at $1. Might be something to look at, y'all. Might be something to look at. Yeah, it might be something to look at. I have to do a little bit more deep diving into their ecosystem because might be some untapped gems there. Like that no pool thing really intrigues me with the whole carbon neutral carbon credit deal. That intrigues me a lot. And then if they get some DeFi going, let's see if we can find something going on with their DeFi. Shall we? And this just might be a long show today, y'all. All great information, right? Then and keep piling the questions in there. I will get to them. So might be something to look at there. Ectodal. Would like to see this go get a little bit bigger than that, but that's okay. Ectodal, this might be something to look at. Maybe something might take its place, but if you can invest in a chain's number one DEX, that's something really cool to do if you can. Says coming soon. So maybe there's nothing there that you can do. Ectodex. Must be something here that you can do because they have money on their DeFi. Okay, so right now it's at like 2 cents, but that might be something in the future that might be higher than 2 cents. So something to look at there. Look at their Ectodex swap. Look at the no pool. Look at the cadena itself. That's something that we can definitely look at, right? Something to break down. Thanks for that, Stan. Arbitrum money locked is going to come down. The airdrop is over. Oh, airdrop's over? Oh, wow. I wanted to get in that airdrop. Just did not go do that. Let's see here. They say the metaverse will be joined together as one. Sheeb Inu looking good. Yeah, Sheeb is another one of those ones that's like crypto.com holds 20% of their stuff in Sheeb. I think we see Sheeb hit another leg in this bull market. So this is something I do think they'll start to pump when it comes up to this next bull market. So let's kind of look at where it's been, right? So right now it's chilling in these areas. It would have been great to get it right here, right? But oh, that would have been really great. But we're not too far off from that, right? From right here. That's an 8x right here, right? If you get here to 79, yeah, that's like an 8x. Or let's say safe, like a 7x, right? From here. I think we see it hit another leg and possibly go into the 3.30 mark. So that might be something to look at. It has a huge, humongous supply. And they could probably do something with the supply anytime they wanted to. And I know this is probably not the most accurate numbers. So let's go to Coin Gecko. So they have the best numbers on the supply and whatnot. Okay, sheep. Come on now. Sheep. Is this total supply right? Someone tell me if this total supply is right. Because if that total supply is right and this is the supply, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter as much because just the fact that crypto.com is holding 20% of this supply in sheep means to me at some point they plan to pump this. Like, I think at some point powers that be will plan to pump this. And we get back to this point or more again. Case in point on that kind of thing, and it's not nearly as big of a supply, but VeChain. Same thing was done with VeChain. Same thing was done with Dogecoin. They were up here sitting in the triple zeros, and these things got pumped. So VeChain was okay. Double zeros, 2019, just pumped all the way to here. And Doge is another one. Doge is probably actually the biggest example of that. Not quite as crazy. Stop. I don't want. No. No. Okay. 138 billion. Max. Come on. Sitting over at 0.0004, right? And got pumped. I think it got back down to the triple zeros at some point here. No. Okay. So I remember when people were talking about it when it was like right here. This is kind of when people were starting to talk about it. And then that 5 cents was just crazy right there, right? But crazy stuff. Crazy. But I definitely think that Shiba Inu and Floki, they have a potential to do that. They have a potential to do that. Shiba's garbage make multipliers with smaller stuff. I feel you, man. I feel you, but they have projects. And the fact that crypto.com was holding 20%, that's just not for nothing. Siberian, another one of these circulating total supply coins. I don't know what to think about these zombie coins. Yes, Siberian, but that whole Fed Now thing, that's something. That is something. Fed Now service showcase a provider. That's something. And if you're like the Blackrue investing crew, if you were in when we were in back here at like 3 cents, maybe you dump it here at 10. I don't know. I wouldn't dump all my coins just in case something like really bullish happens, but maybe that's something okay, 3x, I'm fine. But hey, when that Fed now comes, when those ISO coins are online in a few days, maybe we get another pop here. Just something to consider, not financial advice. See if we got any. I'm going to come back to the other side here too. Oops, I closed it. I'll open it back up, guys. Don't worry. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go over here. Home. Why they, gentlemen, crypto should be the one of the first ones or up here, right? Why they doing me like that? Why they doing my guys like that? The shadow ban. Mm-hmm. Why they doing me like? Okay, let's mute like that. Why they? Okay, so Hal Finney created BTC received the first transaction. What's up, Carlton Banks? The third, Carlton Banks, the third, love the name. Yep, I think he is too. I think Hal Finney may be Satoshi. I really think that. But yeah, it seems he had a very good understanding of how money was created, though. And we'll get into that on Rockfin. What's up, Crypto in Focus? And yeah, Gomes, that is a concern about Cyperium, and that's why I think we keep seeing these type of things with Cyperium, where it'll go up and it'll dump, it'll go up and it'll dump, it'll go up and it'll dump. They continue to do that, so they keep periodically dumping when liquidity is put into it. And I think other guys like Crypto Mason and stuff like that, they just kind of came onto this token. So, and they have really big followings. So you got type of stuff like this. So I think we will see something like like we normally see, the little kind of seesaw action. It will go up and it will dump. It will and it'll continue on like this because a lot of the circulating supply, just like you said, Gomes, is a lot of the circulating supply is in the company's hands. So that is something to note, but I don't know that it's something that so look, circulating supply is 540 million. So that means like God, 6.2 billion is in their hands right now. Okay. They can dump on you anytime. That is something to note. However, with the things that they have going for it, I think, that's just something, a risk you have to take. Not financial advice. What's up, crypto focus? What's your look on? Okay, I don't know that coin. Let's take a look at it right quick. I heard of this one before. I swear we looked at this before. Another one of those AI coins, right? It scares me when they say earn crypto while you sleep. Like it's like it's a scammy type thing. Like I wouldn't put this as my first that I wouldn't put that there as my catch line. Like earn crypto while you sleep. That's not that feels scammy when you say it like when they say it like that. But I had to dig into this. My only thing though would be since it's already at 36 cents. Um, I don't know. It's a real low supply though. Yeah, I got to take a look at this because with that low supply, 36 cents is not actually that bad when you consider it's such a low supply. Um, that means it could move pretty fast. Um, yeah, I have to take a look at this. I have to look at this a little bit more. Um, it's like the only, especially if it gets listed on a big exchange, because right now it seems like the only place you can really get it is Quick Swap right now. Sushi Swap, of course, too, and Uniswap. So really, actually, that's it doesn't have that much money in it if you look at these right here. It's just that it has such a low supply um, that was enough to move it. Um, that earn crypto while you sleep thing, though, that really rubs me the wrong way. But I have to really look into it here and see what's up. No opinions at this point in time. Um, I really have to look into it, see who they're partnered with, see what they got going on. Um, Alchemist, and see all these alchemy references. There's a reason for that with money and crypto. There's a reason for that. So I have to dig a little bit more deeper into this to really understand what they got going on. Um, yeah, because I would like to know if they had any big partners or anything like that. Let me see. Their website, even though it looks kind of decent, I wish it told me if they had partners. It doesn't necessarily tell me, like it says that they're partnered with Alchemist, but okay, there we go. But are you partnered with these people? Bancor, all these guys, like are these partners of yours? It would be nice if they said that. Can't render. Be nice to dig around in here and see what's going on, but we'll have to do that at another time. I'm not sure about that. I had to take a look at that. Let's see. No opinion at this time. King read an article about Faircoin the other day, and I read it's not a blockchain. Um, Okay, I had to check that out. I didn't see the article that King read on it. Uh, I had to check that out, but I know for sure Fed Now, they're the ones that are supposed to be doing. Oh, why did that close? They're that one closed too. They're the ones who are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be doing the instant payments. Um, so if there's something different than that, I don't know. But FedNow's the ones who are supposed to be doing it, and this is through the Federal Reserve. Uh, we are so Federal Reserve Services. These are the guys that are supposed to be doing the Federal Reserve banking services, and they're the ones who are sponsoring the Fed. They're the ones who are sponsoring Cyperium. So yeah, but I'll check out that article that King looked at, and I'll have something for y'all on that for Sunday. Let's see here. Fed Now coming in July, then Fed. What's up, billionaire Faith? Fed Wire, then many, many more. So, as I understand it, Federal Reserve is supposed to be doing the whole Fed Now thing. And the Fed Now is supposed to be up May to July. And Fed Now, who Fed Now has behind them is Cyperium. Okay. So that's what I understand as of right now. And that thing that Cyperium showed on their thing here is what I've seen. That they're supposed to be the service circus, and here you go, Federal Reserve. So the same people, right? They're supposed to be the provider for that. I haven't heard anything else. If you guys have heard something else besides that, please let me know. But this is what I've heard so far. Well, it's not. There are 1,000 projects which are in the ISO list. Okay, wow, 1,000 projects. I haven't seen 1,000 goals. Maybe you can share in the maybe you can share in the Telegram those 1,000 projects. There are only a few that I'm aware of right now. Um, Okay. Yep. Every project is going to be involved with TradFi, 100%. So Next Era, Casper, um, yeah. So there's a lot of connection. There's a lot of things that are connected with TradFi that are going to be ISO compliant, and where you can find the biggest connection to that is here with Alliance Block, and anything that has a connection to R3 Cordia. And we've been over R3 Cordia on here a lot of times, but R3 Cordia, they're connected to anyone who is doing and shout out to a viewer, mainly music. He's the one who kind of put me up on this. There are these different type of clearing houses that we have for banks. Okay, um, can y'all just stop throwing the okay. Try to close this. Sorry. Here. There we go. So all of these are different banking clearinghouses. And R3 Cordia, if you're not for R3 is the kind of organization, Cordia is their private blockchain. All of these are different type of, and notice Credit Suisse, right? Swiss banking. This is all the different banking clearinghouses that we have here, including the stock market, including Nexi, which used to be SIA, right? So there are all these different banking clearinghouses, right? So they're the ones that are going to be connected to the old system, right? And also I can show you here where Energy Web Token has a deal with them, right? Same type of people. We're connecting these guys right here back to Alliance Block, right? Energy Web, right? TradFi, just like Gomes is saying there. So all of these guys, you can kind of assume that they're going to have ISO 200222 compliance, like Quant, right? So all of these kind of connect to some of the cryptos that are on LCX. If you look at LCX is that exchange is a member of the World Economic Forum. So Cardano is one of the things sold on LCX. And LCX launched a whole bunch of Cardano coins. So as much as Charles says, "Oh, I'm not, I don't necessarily like those WEF guys," he's pretty. They seem to like him. They seem to launch Cardano projects, right? And of course, Cardano, now that it got its stablecoin online, a lot more money has been locked up into Cardano's chain, so much so that it's in the top 20 now. And that's what a lot of people missed. The reason that these chains want to have their own kind of compliant stablecoin, because that means that a lot more money will stay on chain. A lot more money will stay on their chain. So that's why it's important for chains to have their own stablecoin. Because a lot more money will stay on chain. Osmosis apparently doesn't have that yet, but they got a lot of money on chain. So you can see here, Cardano, they don't have it listed, but somewhere in around this time is where they got their stable coin. And that's when they moved up into the hundred millions of dollars in total value locked. Okay. But see here, but back to R3 Cordia, right? These are all the banking clearinghouses. So they clear all the money at the banks, right? With Swift, that process takes days. With something like Ripple, it would take seconds or near instant finality, right? So for a coin to be connected to R3 Cordia or any company that's related to R3 Cordia, that probably means they're going to be a part of the old all the banking, traditional banking people, the banking quote unquote cartel people. Case in point, again, like all the people listed here: Ava Labs, AVAX, Orion, which is hooked up to Cardano, Chainlink, Holo, Quant, Binance, Amazon, Parsig, Injective, which is Cosmos, right? Covalent, which is another kind of like sneaky play to look at. Hedera, of course, right? And it goes on and on. Flare, which might be kind of undervalued right now at 3 cents. True partnerships is where the use case is. Example, Casper is SOC2 compliant, which is also another standard. Others don't have it in the financial sector. You need SOC2, but people only talk about ISO. That's a good point, Gomes. I haven't looked at this compliance standard. I'll have to check that standard out and check out who has those standards. But Casper seems to have a big footing in India. So India and places over there might have a different standard that kind of hooks into ISO 20022. And Gomes, I think you are from India, so you'll have a big understanding of this. I know. So I have to check out that standard. Any opinion on NFTs? NFTs. I think there might be a buying opportunity in some of the ones that are, excuse me, by the way, some of the ones that are like the biggest projects on their blockchain. Like, for instance, on Cardano, we got Space Buds and all these different things. Space Buds were the first NFT JPEG. They were the first NFT on the Cardano chain. So something like that may see a spike in price in a bull run. But I would say generally most NFTs are garbage. But we may see a spike in price in certain ones that are like Space Buds. Here, this is their NFT, their first NFT. Certain projects like that, we may see a spike in. Just have to look at the historical activity of it. I wish it showed years on here because this is just messy. Yeah, I wish it showed years on here, but so I really think once metaverse really hits, that's when you see like a spike price on certain NFTs. So there are a couple different things like Clay Nation and stuff as far as like the Cardano ecosystem goes, where you could look at things like that. There are things you could look at in a Bored Ape area, but I'm kind of off Bored Ape when just socially some of the things that they do, it rubs me the wrong way. So I'm like basically not covering them anymore. But those are things that you could look at. And these Bitcoin ordinals that are popping up, that's another thing you could look at. But I would say instead of the NFT itself, it may be better to invest in the project or the coin, like Boson or Sandbox or Seek. It might be better to invest in the coin than to actually invest in the NFT itself. I'd rather look in that direction than I actually go into the NFT itself. So that's where I'm at on that. But we could do a deeper dive on NFTs on another show. Ooh, I closed that again, and I didn't need to do that. Sorry about that, guys. Um, let's see here. Okay, this is the XRP stuff. Yeah, his editing was really good. It was really good. Okay. Yeah, and I know a lot of people say Satoshi Nakamoto really means Saturn. But I'm intrigued to see what you have to say on that, Gomes. I missed a lot of comments here. I'm sorry we're so backed up on the comments. Okay, so XRP for me it's simple. I look at the market cap. That's a no for me. Even XRP goes to $10. It's nothing in terms of multipliers. Yep, I got you for sure. I would rather have Ripple stock. Okay, we got that. We got that. Swift's new banking system. I've been reading won't be using. Okay, won't be using XRP, Ripple, or XLM Stellar. I'm reading now on finance. Yeah, I that's crazy. I don't know if it won't be using Stellar or Ripple. There's just too many partners there for that. Uh, there's way too many partners there for that. And let me get you my Rockfin. And I got to bring back up the Gentleman of Crypto site. Sorry, guys, it xed out on me again. I will bring it back up just in case you guys have any questions over there. Close these out before it gets to. Okay, so we're back up on this side too. Let me give you guys the link to my Rockfin. It may not come on the Gentleman of Crypto side because they're blocking links over here, but you can see here on the screen www or w or https://www.rockfin.com/blackrue, and we'll bring that up over here as well. Do you think the feds know who Satoshi is? I think they know who Satoshi is or was. I think it was it was probably Hal Finney, but whoever Hal Finney used, like whoever they worked together to do it. I think the feds know. Let's see here. El Salvador about to be lit. I feel that. But again, I told you guys before, we hold more Bitcoin than El Salvador. I think China does too. So there's a couple different places and countries. And the Ukraine does too. This is BitcoinTreasures.net. If they're right, the U.S. holds way more than El Salvador does. So this is Ukraine, and they had China on here at one point, I believe, and China holds a lot too. MicroStrategies, Mara, Riot is somewhere right here. Can't believe that Mara holds so much more than Riot, but that's how it is. CleanSpark is on this list somewhere. CleanSpark, I know they're going to be catching up eventually to all of these other ones here. They just opened a new facility. Mogo here. But yeah, we hold more than El Salvador. Ooh, so as much as they give crypto crap in America, look at how much Bitcoin we're holding. That says something. Are you hip to the fork of Thor called Maya? No, I did not. I did not know that they're doing a liquidity fair launch going on now. Check it out through Thorchain site. Thanks, Courtney Johnson. I will check that out. Let me write that down. And I'm not looking at live. So Maya on Thorchain. Oh, and the Patreon link. Let me grab that as well. Broken link. Okay. I really gotta talk to someone to get that link going again. Let's get that Patreon. I just dropped a new list for those guys, by the way. Let me see your videos. Patreon link coming up. Sorry, I really need to get it on the bottom line here. While that's loading, let me close a couple of these windows here. Okay. It's taking quite a little while here. Very sorry about that, guys. Just going to grab the Patreon link here. Keep those questions coming and we'll get to them. Okay. Patreon link right here. Boom, boom, boom. I know it won't show up on Gentlemen of Crypto. So if you want the Patreon link, come on over here to my channel. I could try posting it here, but I know it's not going to work. But scroll down here. A little backed up on comments, guys. Sorry about that. KDA is based in New York, especially since New York despises crypto. Yeah, that's very crazy. What constitutes a crypto bull cycle? Are we currently experiencing one? I think the halving, what we've noticed is generally sometime after the halving is where we hit a crypto bull cycle. And I've talked about this before. If you take this being a smack black swan event, because this was Rona, there was a chance here, because you can see here, we went up here, came back down, and it looks like we were on the verge of going up again. But then we had the Rona. So it's quite possible that Bitcoin would have gone way higher here, but Rona retarded things. Like it slowed things down because the Bitcoin halving was here in May. So there's quite a possible chance that we were actually bullish here in February and not after the halving, which it went up crazy after the halving, right? But it's a chance that it would have went before. Okay. So given that in the last bull run that we may actually, if we didn't see this black swan event, have gone bullish before the halving, there's quite a possible chance to me that we may go bullish before this halving coming up. I'm not going to go totally into it, but what I basically found, given my research, is that November might be a really bullish time, maybe if we gone up before the halving. But one of the things to kind of keep in mind, though, is the lunar eclipses and different things like that. I don't know if we're getting any type of thing in November. Let's check it. Lunar eclipses tend to be bearish. Solar eclipses tend to be bullish. So here we got a solar and a lunar right next to each other. That's crazy. Okay, but we got the same thing here. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. If we do go really bullish, maybe October might be something to look out for. There, all I'm saying is here is there's a possibility that we go bullish before the halving, and one areas I'm looking out for might be that October area, possibly November area. Okay, possibly. However, if we continue with what happened here, even though we had this black swan event, um, Bitcoin halved in May. We saw it go bullish basically October is when we basically saw it go bullish in the October area. So I don't know. This October might be something to watch. So it's either this October or the next time Bitcoin halves, which is May of 2024. So that's where we want to watch. But this current thing that we have right now is very eerily similar to right about here. So that's where we're at right now. If we look at what happened before the last halving 4 years ago. Okay. So that's that. Let's see here. So my answer to your question, Stan, is that if you look at 4 years ago, it looks like we're going into a bullish spot. In this spot, it went what? Like for 2 weeks or so? Or June 13th to July 1st. So maybe we're bullish for the next 2 weeks. Who knows? but that's something to watch. Maybe we're bullish for the next 2 weeks. Not financial advice, of course. Crypto bull run means BCT should be in price discovery. Yep. So real bull run is after 69K, of course. Yep. Agreed right there. Gomes. But if we're just talking about in comparison to where we are right now, and you're looking at precedent, we're about a year away from a halving. So if we look at 4 years ago when we were a year away from a halving, this is kind of where we are, if there's any precedent there. And you have to take into account every 4 years, Bitcoin goes up more. Like, so we're about right here, but we're up more because of we had a 4 years of another halving. We had that 4 years of growth. So, and if you go back 4 other years, you're around here. So that's two halvings ago. It took it took way longer for things to go bullish. So it's speeding up is basically that's why I say we might get bullish behavior before the halving, because back here it took May 16th, right? So it took May 16th and November 17th. So that took that took November is the 11th month, May is the 5th month, minus 6. So 11 minus 5 is 6 and a whole year. So it took 18 months here to go bullish. So we got it in 17 because May 16 is when it halved. If we go up years, the halving was here. If we're counting the Black Swan event and saying that it didn't go bullish here because of the Black Swan event, and we're actually saying that this counts and it's not an anomaly or whatever, May right here, it took to October or November, if you want to say. So October is the 10th month, May is the 5th month. 5 months here it took. So it went from 18 to 5 or 6, you can say. So it took only a third of the time it took here. If it took 18 here, 6 here, that's a third of the time, because 18 times or 6 times 3 is 18. So it took a third of the time. So here, coming up, it's probably going to be faster. So will it happen in May or will it happen before May? That's the thing that we really need to know. And if we look at the previous cycles, it's happened faster every time. So that's the thing to know there. Doesn't seem like a bull cycle. It seems like people are still fearful of getting shook out. Doesn't seem like a bear cycle either. Wyckoff automatic rally. So Gums knows his stuff over here. This fall season should be a nice time to pick up the pieces. I am not putting any more money into the market now. So that Wyckoff thing, you have to pick your own poison there. Personally, I'm always of the fact of the matter of, hey, whenever you get a low point, put some money in. Like, you might not know if it'll ever be that low again. Like, for example, when we were at 20K, people were like, oh, no, man, we're going lower. We're going lower. This is the wrong chart. We're going lower than 20K. We're going to 16. I'm like, hey, like, all you know is This is the lowest thing that you've had in a while. You don't know if you're going to get to 16 or 18. So why not dollar cost average then? Now, if you dollar cost average then in some of your tokens, right now at 27, you could take some profit there. Like just if you just put in Bitcoin alone, right? What's 20? So 27,000 worth of growth on Bitcoin at 20 is what? Uh, it went up 33%. So if you wanted to, just saying, if you wanted to, and you bought here, you got 33% of growth. You could sell and say, hey, look, I got 33% of growth. There are people on the stock market that kill for like, they love like at least 5% growth. We're talking about 33% growth here in a week, right? It's crazy. So, like, again, if you're the guy that was sitting here saying, oh, we're going to get to 12, right? Bitcoin's literally almost doubled, right? Since here. It was at 15.2 if you were real quick. If you weren't as quick, it was at 16, right? Sitting here at 27, we've nearly almost doubled. So what were you waiting for, right? So for me personally, I'm just like, okay, dollar cost average here, dollar cost average here. If you get another freaking low spot under 27, and a lot of the altcoins actually from here haven't moved that much. If you go look at stuff like Osmosis still around 80 cents, 86, 84 cents. Like now it was at 88. Like some things still haven't moved that much. So you're still good. But the point of the matter is even here at 27, right? If you're expecting Bitcoin to go to 69, then this is still a great price because you're expecting things to triple. That's why, right, when Michael Saylor was out here buying at the high, people were like, what are you doing? If he's expecting Bitcoin to go to $1 million, what does it matter that he bought here? He's expecting this thing to go to $1 million, right? And come to find out, it's a really great move what he did here, because now when you look at inflation, the dollar is worth less than what it was when you bought it here. So it was a great move on his part. So those are some of the things you got to keep in the mind too. Just saying. Like where do you actually plan on getting rid of Bitcoin or taking profits or whatever? If you plan on taking profits at 70K, then hey, this might still be a good price for you. But definitely when it went to 20 to 15, right? But they always give you that when it's max fear, they always give you, hey, it's gonna go lower, hey, it's gonna go lower. Back to that Buffett phrase, right? When it's at max fear, they always give you that thing, and that's the perfect time to buy, right? Yeah, Gomes gave some great advice over there. He gave some great advice, but I tend to disagree with the price thing. Um, Honestly, you could say that every point is a good point to buy if you expect for Bitcoin to go, and I'm even talking altcoins here. If you're expecting for the market to where Bitcoin eventually gets to 100K, then everything is a good point to buy at, really. If you're doing the dollar cost average perspective. Okay, I'm buying at 27. If it goes back down to 20, I'm buying again. You know what I mean? So dollar cost average is always the way to go if you ask me, because you can't really say when is the lowest point going to be. right? Alchemy, and I noticed the symbol about yes, alchemy. There's so much alchemy symbology in crypto everywhere, and it's because of money. Money is alchemy. Money is alchemy. But we'll get into that on Rockfin. Money, just money is alchemy. It is. But there's some deeper points on that I want to get into on the Rockfin. What's up, Riviera Goop? What's up, my guy Scott? Haven't seen you around in a while, brother. Good to have you in here. What's up, Flex? Haven't seen my guy Flex over here. Another patron in the house. Another patron in the house. Love it. Ada, yes, sir. Holding that Ada, yes. Okay. Have you heard of Caspa? I have heard of Caspa. Um, it's one of those low-key crypt AI plays. I don't have any of it personally. I believe it's one of those low-key. Let me. I believe it's a low-key AI play. I might be wrong on that. Okay. Okay, no, this is something else, I think. But we did check this out one day here. No, I think this is the low key AI play. Let me just go over there and look. I remember us checking this out one day. No, this is I was thinking of something else. Um I have not checked this out. I mean, I checked this out in passing and a question once before, but I need to go a little bit deeper on it. Itchy nose over here. There's some type of superstition that people have about itchy noses. I forget what it is though. Um, Especially in the black community. Like if you have an itchy nose, it's supposed to be some type of something like someone's talking about you or something like that. Or I forget what the superstition of that is. Um, Ghost DAG protocol, which is a generalization of the Bitcoin consensus, saying to be the fastest, purest proof of work consensus engine. Okay, I'll have to check this out. Oh, it's about to be listed on Gate.io. That's interesting. That might mean some money flows into there. Okay, this will be a good one to check out. Supply. I don't know how max supply is bigger than total supply, but okay, so total supply around 28 billion, 28.7 billion. Okay, it's been growing. Might be something to look at for sure. Hasn't been around that long, actually, it looks like. Yeah, it's new since oh, that would have been really juicy, right? So Yeah, might be something to take a look at. Let's see where we can get it. MXC, you can't use CoinX over here anymore. Okay, so it looks like the only place you can kind of get it if you're in the US is MXC that you can kind of use right now. um, I don't know if you can use Trade Ogre over here, but I hear that people use this, but it feels so sketch to me. Yeah, so might be one to check out. I'll have to put this on my list to look at here. And I think this is one people were talking about on the show when it was under Ascent. So might be one to look at, y'all. It's about the second time that this has come up. Somebody I know brought this to me before. You know who you are. You know who you are. So somebody had told me about this. I don't know if it was, where was it at? It might have been at 0.008 when they were telling me about it. I believe it was sometime around here. So definitely something to look at. Not too far from where it was in the 0.00s. Like it's up, what do you say, 30% since then in the last month. And it's being listed on a lot of exchanges now. So that would have been juicy right there, though, right? But hey, so something to look at. Let's see. Next question. Okay, Flex, I'll have to check that out and get back to you. We have another show tomorrow, guys, at around 7:30 Pacific Standard Time now. I think that's all our questions. So we went real long today. I think we went, what, 3 hours today? So kind of made up for the other show that I missed on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Again, come check us out on Sunday on my channel. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Arm Jr. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the patrons and stuff who made it out. Thank you guys and have a good one. See y'all on Sunday. Make sure you have those notifications set. Have a good one, guys. Peace.